Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to number one of the CARWYN CELLARS can vent box. So, Christmas time, December, plenty of beers to come. First one opened, came with a nice little can cooler, which I thought was pretty cool. I wondered why it was so hard to get out of the slot. So yeah, this was wrapped around the can, and I was like, why is it so tight? It's ridiculous. I've got my hashtag proper glassware for CanVet. So it actually came with the glass a few years ago. I think last year I used the just the taller CARWYN CELLARS glass, but I thought I'll go back to this one. And the first beer is Nakatomi Plaza West Coast Triple IPA at 10% by Feral Brewing. Feral are one of the original craft brewers in Australia. They're based over in the Swan Valley in Western Australia, in Perth. And to be honest, I thought they were finished. I heard rumours that they were done. They weren't brewing anymore. They'd moved to another. Their site had been taken over by someone else. So yeah, when I opened this, I got a bit of a shock. So not sure what's going on, if they've started up another venue or they've gone back into their old one. So I know at one stage they were taken over by Coca-Cola. And then Coca-Cola got rid of a lot of their sort of subsidiary brands, and pretty sure Feral was one of them. So yeah, very interesting, and yeah, pretty cool way to start the calendar. So yeah, 10% Westie, right down my alley. So let's get into it. And hi, Joey. How the hell are you? Burger Kings are closing all across China. Yet another reason to not. Yeah. Well, funny you say that, because in Australia, when Burger King first come here, it was Perth, as in this region where Feral is, that stopped Burger King from being Burger King. They had to change their name to Hungry Jack's, because there was already a Burger King sort of franchise here already. So yeah, let's pour this bad boy. Cheers, Ghost. How are you, mutt? And yeah, I poured a little bit earlier just for the photo, so hence why the can's been open. Let's hope it still goes all right. It's been sitting for a bit. So you're probably not going to get much of a head, just because I opened the can a while ago. We'll see what we can generate. I'll give it a bit of a stir. So yeah, very clean and clear. It's like a dark straw colour. Looks red in my camera, but it's not. There we go. It's probably just my hand. I'd say medium body. The carbonation was quite active when I first poured it. And yeah, looks pretty good. Let's go a whiff. So you're getting huge pine resin. Grapefruit's massive, like pithy grapefruit. Orange, maybe some mandarin. A little bit grassy. Maybe a touch of apricot as well. Definitely smells, like citrus and forest vibes. Smells like it's going to be, fairly like dank and bitter. As far as like the backbone goes, I'd say like sweet caramel toffee, like a white bread. It's going to be pretty big malt base, being 10%. But yeah, pretty excited for this one. And yeah, back in the day, Feral were known for, they had a beer called Hop Hog, and it was like an American pale, and it just blew your mind when you first tried it. It was like first trying Punk IPA by Brewdog. You're just like, wow, where does that flavour come from? Just like that big punch of like fresh hop. And yeah, you drink it now, and it's still like a decent beer. But yeah, just when you first have it, it's just like it's amazing that like a 5% pale can just blow you away when you sort of first get into craft beer. Cheers, Paul. And yeah, those of you that know, I went away to the city on the weekend. So just got back sort of mid afternoon. I went to the world's smallest beer festival. And it was, yeah, really well organised. The only thing that was shit is the weather let us down. It's meant to be up on a rooftop in Melbourne, but they had to move it indoors just due to the like it was really bad weather. It was raining the whole time, and then there was like thunder and lightning. So everything still worked pretty well, but yeah, you just didn't have that like awesome scenic views. And also too, even though it was shit weather, it was really hot the day before, so it was quite muggy. So inside with like a big crowd of people and like a sort of smaller venue was a bit stuffy. But yeah, there's some real funny shit. Like they they had the world's smallest comedy show, and you went into an elevator, and it was like the comedian with like you and say three other people, and you'd go up the to like the first or second floor, and then he'd just end the show. It's funny as fuck. And then they had like, yeah, the world's smallest hot dog eating competition. They were like little cocktail frankfurts. Um, what else did they have? Yeah, like in your bag, you got like tiny teddy snacks. You got the world's smallest hangover kit. You got like a chuppa chup. Like, yeah, they just played up on the whole small thing. It was really funny. And yeah, they had five brewers there, and they were all really good people. Like a lot of the owners were there, so you could tell they were sort of pretty like enthused about the event. And then yeah, we sort of kicked on there afterwards, and then one of my comedian mates that's actually he was one of the organisers of the event, sort of one of the main reasons why I went. He was doing a show in North Melbourne. I said, "Oh well, since I'm staying the night, I might come and check out your show. Or it'd be good to see, just something to do because I haven't really got any plans." He's like, "No worries, I'll get you in. Just send us a message just before you come so I can sort of let him know at the door." And then next minute, I had like six other people coming with me. I was saying to a friend today, I felt like gangster going in there and going, "Oh yeah, all these people are with me," and like everyone just goes into this venue and doesn't pay. It was pretty cool. Anyway, we better get this beer going. So yeah, as I said on aroma, it was like yeah, sweet caramel, toffee, bready, like piney, sort of oily, resinous, grassy, and yeah, like grapefruit, orange, apricot, maybe a touch of pepper there as well. Let's go a taste. And who else have we missed? Shit, we've missed a few. Cheers, Geordie. Good to see you, brother and buddy. They even had one of the designer fellas who was an organizer as well. He did these little mini cans, like they were like the size of a fucking fingernail, but like he's really like he just got that attention to detail, and like he made these little cans, and they're just like spot on to what they look like, but they're fucking tiny. Like it was cool how he did it. Trying to think what else they sort of did. Oh yeah, they had a venue map, and it was like yeah, this big and. Oh yeah, they had a trivia like a trivia thing, and everything in the trivia was related to like something being small. But yeah, it was really good. There was 5 brewers there. They all had about 5 beers each, and your ticket included like 3 beers from the 5 brewers. So yeah, everyone was pretty well charged by the end. It only went for 3 hours, but yeah, everyone had had a fair skinful by the time it was over, and yeah, kicked on afterwards. 4:20 a.m. in California. Yeah, pardon me. Yeah, I was going to say to be early enough on the Coast, let alone West Coast. Anyway, time for me to start drinking because I'll be doing day 2 in the morning, and it's late at night here. So I just wanted, because I've been in the city, I was like, I need to get day 1 like under my belt. So I was like, I'll do it tonight. I don't want to miss out on a day. I've got to do them each every day. That's how it should be. So yeah, because I'm off work this week, I want to have beers tomorrow because I haven't really drank today. Like a bit hungover today. Um, yeah, so I thought I'll do day 1 tonight, and then day 2 in the morning, and then do some other stuff tomorrow morning as well. Ooh, that's good. Hashtag epic amounts of pine, Paul brother. Fuck yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this has got like Columbus, Chinook, Centennial, Simcoe. Very, very piney, very grapefruit. It's exactly how I like my West Coast IPAs. Just a shame that I had to open the can earlier to bloody take the photo. A chewy center. It's got a slight cannabis sort of feel to it. I find that with some of the old school West Coast hops, you get that like dank, weedy vibe. Paul brother on the end of the hashtag. Yeah. Geordie, you're always going all weekend. One thing I did have from Hungry Jack's slash Burger King, when I was quite intoxicated last night waiting for a tram to get back to my accommodation, I went to the Hungry Jack's at the main station in Melbourne, and they had a new Hawaiian burger. And it was like you could pick if you wanted beef or chicken, but it had like pineapple, bacon, like a smoky barbecue sauce, and like tomato and lettuce. It was really good. It was just what the doctor ordered at that time of night. I just remember the like pineapple oozing everywhere and going all in my beard. I'm like, thank fuck they gave me a heap of like serviettes. There's nothing better when you've had like a massive day on the grog and you haven't really eaten much, and then yeah, just before you sort of hit the hay, you have a huge feed of like something real like dirty. Cheers, Skeeter. Good to see you, brother. Is that the colour of your hand? Pink? So yeah, the comedy show I went to last night would have been something you would have loved, Joey. You had like, I think all up there was 4 comedians, and yeah, big like sort of like a big bistro hall, and they had like a big cocktail bar and like a smokers lounge sort of thing, and yeah, it was just real relaxed vibe, and yeah, pretty cool. I only seen my friend's show and then the guy after him, and yeah, I mean, being slightly biased, I thought Nick's set was a lot better than the last guy, but I've seen a lot of comedians well, this year anyway, because I went to like a lot of the Melbourne comedy show stuff, and yeah, Nick's like Nick's one of those comedians. He's been around for a while. He's got experience. He's sort of somewhat known, but not one of the main Australian acts. He's certainly like up there, but not one of the top acts. And then yeah, like some of the people, like I seen a Chinese. She was like a Chinese Australian girl, and when she come out on stage, just that, I don't know, like it's harsh, but straight away I thought, oh, here we go, this will be shit. And this was like going back a few months ago. I remember just being in fucking hysterics the whole time. Because not only did she have a potty mouth, but she was real filthy. And you just don't expect that from like a little Chinese girl. And like she had a lot of body movement stuff and that as well. Like she was really entertaining. Oh, bloody oath. We've got a couple here in Australia, and they're just yeah, don't want to sound bloody, I don't know, like it's true though, like sometimes you'll get gay dudes on TV, they're comedians, and they get a lot of exposure, I think, just because a lot of times just simply because they're gay. And yeah, like there's this one guy in particular, like he's not funny at all. But like a lot of the female audiences think he's like the funniest thing ever, and it's like he's shit. And like because he's been on heaps of TV and stuff now, he does like these huge sellout shows, and it's like there's no way this guy is that good. Yeah, I'll have to show you some of Nick's stuff, Joey. See what you think. A lot of it might be a bit like sort of Australian boganish sort of stuff that you might not sort of get, but I think you'd sort of most of his vibe. I reckon you'd be a fan. I pretty much just met him through during the lockdown. We had a little group of us that used to do like a online thing with beer, and like we just like do like trivia shows and all that sort of stuff. And he was part of that, and yeah, just got to know him through that. And I sort of hadn't really met him in real life like for ages, and then yeah, just in the last 6 months, I've caught up with him a few times and get on really well. It was good talking last night after his show, just saying how it went, and then he was asking sort of feedback on how we thought the festival went that we went to, and I was just sort of raising some ideas and stuff. I actually wouldn't mind getting into like beer festival, like organising and stuff. I feel like I'd do really well at it. But yeah, it's a tough time, obviously, in craft beer at the moment. Shit. I thought I'd get in trouble with what I said. Yeah, just when he was on TV and that, this guy, it's like just cringe. And all of a sudden he's like sell out shows. It's like it must be so annoying if you're a comedian like Nick that it's like real hard working and always coming up with new material, and then you get a guy like that just fucking killing it. One thing that's really good with Nick is I think his new material that's coming out on YouTube's his cancer stuff because he went through cancer a few years ago, and yeah, obviously when you go through something pretty grim like that, some good material comes out of it. So I actually think that'll be the stuff that I've seen from those shows. I feel like that's going to help him heaps. Yeah. The old PS5. I'm not really into like when I was younger. I played like a lot of gaming consoles and stuff, but I'm just not really into it now. If anything, when I see people gaming all the time, it like sort of frustrates me. I don't know why. I think I just associate it with like laziness and people that don't work. So I reckon it'd be pretty cool having a PS5 and just playing the occasional like NFL or FIFA, or I'm more into like sport and car games when I used to play them. I'm not really into like your shooter stuff and that. Yeah. You're not that old though, buddy. Hmm. I think as I get older and wiser, sort of less about material stuff and more about like memories and adventures and getting out and doing stuff more often. I mean, I've always been like that anyway, but I just can't wait till I be able to travel again. There's nothing better than being in like a real, I don't know, sketchy situation in a foreign country and trying to work out how to get out of it, or just some of the culture shock you come across, or just some of the scenery you'll see somewhere and you're just like, that is so fucking different to what I'm used to. And yeah, you're like, just at the end of the day, life's too short. It's like I like people that have stories to tell and don't just sit at home doing nothing all the time. But yeah, I better score this beer, I guess. It's gone pretty quick. And yeah, obviously I love the name and the can artwork. Die Hard, as everyone says, one of the ultimate Christmas movies. So yeah, it's unreal to see Ferrell in this box. It's cool. And yeah, Ferrell always had that, like the Feral Beast as their logo. 10%. Yeah, great way to start. Good old day one. So yeah, just obviously this one goes from December 1 to Christmas Day. Christmas Day is a big magnum of a sour. It was like an add-on. You had to choose if you wanted it or not because it was pretty expensive. So yeah, I'll obviously be doing can vent beers every day, and it'll be awesome. And then I've got another like a mountain culture box that starts in about 8 or 9 days. So it's going to be a very busy December. So yeah, score for this, I'd probably say I'm going to say a 4.3 out of 5. It could change. It could maybe go up slightly. I wish I had more of it, to be honest. I wish I had another can. It'd be one of those ones if I see again, I'll grab. And I think the fact that I opened it for the photo and then didn't start the review for like 2 hours after that, I just feel like it might have spoilt the beer slightly. I mean, I put it back in the fridge, but yeah, the carbonations has disappeared. And yeah, when I sort of had a smell of it and a little sip when I first opened it, it was like, wow. So it could sort of influence the score. So it could be a changed score perhaps, but yeah, just on what I'm drinking now, I'd say 4.3. So yeah, it's got a little bit of booze to it. The body would have been nice if it was a little bit like bigger. But yeah, as far as hop character goes and the base, it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, and we will see you for day 2 in the morning, which will probably only be about 8 hours from now. So thanks for chiming in, peeps, and we'll see you again.